Hello travelers! As I mentioned in my banner roadmap video, we're expecting some exciting new changes in the upcoming banners. Today, we're going to discuss all the changes you can expect, as well as the updated banner roadmap from version 5.2 to 5.4. So, if you're curious about the new characters you might want to pull in the future, and want to save your primogems ahead of time for your favorite character, then you've landed on the perfect video. Now, without wasting any more time, let's dive into the banner lineup. But before that, if you want to stay updated on all things Genshin and don't want to miss out on any new updates, please do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel. Starting off with version 5.2, as many of you already know, we're getting two new characters, Chaska and Ororon. Chaska is an Anemo 5-star bow character with a playstyle where she can change her elements into Cryo, Electro, Pyro, and Hydro. Aside from that, she can also fly on something like a huge cannon or gun. And not only that, but she can fly even longer than Wanderer. The other character we're getting with Chaska is Ororon, a 4-star tall Electro male bow user. Now, before you all go crazy about Ororon being a 4-star instead of a 5-star, there's a reason for that. If Ororon were to be a 5-star, it would mean that 90% of the characters from Natlan would be 5 stars, leaving very few 4 stars. So I guess to balance things out, Hoyoverse might have made him a 4-star. Now, let's discuss the potential reruns in the first phase of version 5.2. We can expect Chaska, along with Ororon as a 4-star, with Lynette joining as the rerun candidate for the first phase. In the second phase, we're expected to see Zhongli as the Archon rerun. For a while, it was speculated that Wanderer might rerun since he's going to be the main highlight of the flagship event in version 5.2. But recently, a reliable source, Fowl, suggested that the flagship event of 5.2 is expected to happen in Natlan. And yes, it will still feature Wanderer, but he's not getting a rerun, as Neuvillette is confirmed to have his rerun here. So, if we gather all the info, we can expect Chaska and Lynette in the first phase, followed by Neuvillette and Zhongli in the second. Now, let's talk about the new characters we can expect in patch 5.3. In 5.3, we're expected to see two new 5-star characters, Mauvika and Citlali. As for their kit details, I discussed them in my previous video, but I'll say it again. For Mauvika, it seems that she's a 5-star version of Dea and Shangling. Mauvika's elemental skill has two versions. When you press or tap her elemental skill, she summons pyro minions that deal off-field pyro damage, similar to Furina's pet. But if you hold her elemental skill instead of pressing it, she gets pyro infusion and deals pyro-based damage as a main DPS. So, by pressing or tapping her skill, she can be a support, and by holding it, she becomes a DPS. As for her burst, it is said that she can provide consistent off-field damage while buffing the team. Now, some of you are asking about Mauvika's constellations. Well, here it is. According to reliable sources, it's said that Mauvika is going to play a sub-DPS or DPS role, similar to Raiden Shogun. At her C2 and C4 constellations, she will lean more towards a supportive role and is said to have incredible synergy with the Traveler. As we know, the Traveler is also set to debut in version 5.3. But what we do know for sure is that she's going to be the next strongest pyro character with a powerful kit. Now let's talk about Citlali. The only thing we know is that she'll be a cryo catalyst character who has shielding capabilities and can deal off-field damage like Ganyu and Layla. Next, let's discuss the potential reruns we can expect in patch 5.3. In phase 1, we're confirmed to get Mauvika. As for the rerun candidate, it said we'll see either Arlecchino or Neuvillette. But since Neuvillette was confirmed to have his rerun in the second phase of 5.2, Arlecchino might take the spot. In the second phase, we can expect Citlali alongside Child or Kokomi in 5.3. Now, moving on to the new characters in version 5.4. In the first phase of 5.4, we're expected to see Madame Ping, also known by her Adeptus name, Streetward Rambler, as a new playable character. As for her kit, at first, it was said that she'd be a 5-star Hydro user, but some other sources suggest she might be an Anemo user with a playstyle based on plunging, like our little Xiao. Personally, I think it's still early, and this is highly subject to change, so stay spectacular. As for the rerun candidate joining Madame Ping, It's said to be either Shenhe or Shangyun. In the second phase of version 5.4, it's said we'll see Wriothesley as the Rerun candidate, followed by Furina as the Argon Rerun in this patch. Also, recent sources suggest that 5.4 will feature only one new 5-star, leaving the rest for reruns. So, that's all the latest banner info we have right now. Let me know in the comments which character you're most excited for and want to pull in the upcoming versions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.